Well, we do a lot of our, some of our sets do, but some of them we're doing it out of spacing. Teams are trying to take the ball out of Cal and DeMar's hands, and they're doing a good job of finding. I don't know how many assists we had, 26. So guys are doing a good job of finding. Cal's doing a good job when they're trying to blitz him and kicking it out, and guys are making shots. And like I've always said, when we were struggling shooting it, it's a make-or-miss league. And guys are doing a good job of stepping into them with conviction and making shots.
You talk about competition among the roster. Do you think Terrence sees what Norm does and gets a little bit more juiced up?
I think it goes through the entire roster, Doug. Guys see Cal shoot the ball with confidence, and just, it goes on through. T. Ross sees what Norm does, and it's competition. He feels there's Norm right there nipping at his heels, and Norm's right there nipping at DC's heels, and it's good, healthy competition for our team. And as long as we channel it in the right way toward winning, more so than personal achievements or personal whatever, because everybody gets some of the part of the pie when we win. And and our guys are doing a good job of doing that.
The hustle plays seem to be contagious in the first half. Kyle dives for a ball, then DeMar, then JV. How much do you like seeing things like that?
It's huge, Josh. Again, defensively, his team shoots 47%, and we can't get caught up in outscoring people. You got to hone in. We got to give Giannis credit. The kid's a talent. Jabari Parker, they come in, jumped right in their chest, and was laying the ball in. So we got to do a better job of protecting the rim, protecting the paint. Team shoots 47%. We've got to make sure we work to get those numbers down. Like I said, our whole job now, no matter who we play, is consistency. Consistency offensively, and then consistent defensively. And our standards got to be higher. We can't be satisfied with a win. We got to try and achieve other things to see the big picture. And those hustle plays are a big part of it.
Is there any surprise to you that the Kyle and the reserves lineup, even though there have been some slight changes from last year, have the success is basically carried over to this year?
Reserves. To me, Patterson's a starter. To me, Terrence Ross is a starter. You throw Norm in there. There's not a lot of difference other than DeMar and the other guys. So I don't look at guys as starters or reserves. I understand what you're saying, but I'm saying I don't see the difference between reserves. Got Cal. You could put JV and those guys. They all competed at a high level. T. Ross and I got 25, and I think he would be a big. He'd probably start for a lot of teams in the league.
We've talked about Terrence's maturity all years. Where do you see that maturity? How do you see that?
Well, until he took that one last shot, he has showed a lot of maturity and discipline in his shot selection, discipline in his defense. I thought he did a good job of guarding a guy like Beasley. He even went over and guarded a guy like Deladova. So that type of maturity, last year or 2 years ago, he couldn't have done that. And, first year he came in the league, he really, really was honed in defense because he wasn't sure about his offense. And I thought he drifted over a little bit. Now he's drifted back to being a disciplined defender, and I think that's where a lot of his maturity shows. And he's always been able to shoot the ball, but he's matured in a lot of ways from a discipline standpoint.
Did he do anything to? He came out of the game and Scotty was looking at him briefly.
He tweaked his ankle a little bit. He's fine. He's fine.
The maturity that you mentioned, is that the confidence that he's playing with? Is that a combination of maturity and familiarity with players and systems?
Whole thing, the continuity, maturity, father time. Again, he's growing into his own skin, so to speak. The game is slowing down for him. There's not a defense he hasn't seen. Guys holding, grabbing, top blocking, switching, whatever it is. He's seen it now before, and he's getting more comfortable. And like most young players in this league, he's just going to continue to get better and better and better, and continue to mature.
He's comfortable with that, with every situation he's in. Is that what you think allows him to be aggressive and aggressively look for his shot?
No question. He understands within the offense where his shots are coming from, and there's definite set plays run for him. He's doing a better job of understanding how to play off of Cal and DeMar, as everybody else is, and that's where the threes are coming from, playing off those two. I thought early in the year, I think everybody was not really sure, but now there's a definite rhythm to where they are and how they're getting the shots, and that's really helped T. Ross.
Does he still grade out as one of your best deflection guys on defense?
Yeah, he had Norm. I don't know how many he had, but T. Ross has been really active on the weak side, and that's another sign of maturity, is reading situations, not just spectating on the weak side. and getting lost in the play. He's really locked in, understanding rotations, understanding passing lanes, understanding where the next play is coming from, and that's another sign of maturity.
Dwane, in the third, when they started trapping and blitzing Kyle and DeMar a lot, what was the adjustment you guys had to
Well, the
make?
key was they got off the ball quicker. The key is, you can't out-dribble a trap. You got to move the ball, beat it with the pass, and that's where our threes came in when Kyle and DeMar got off of it and understood what they were trying to do. And Kyle and DeMar both did a good job of finding the weak side, finding the big, and now Lucas did a good job of finding the weak side, finding the shooters, making a play there. And that too helps, is JV and Lucas are doing a good job of playing out of the trap when teams try to trap us.
I know it's a long time ago, but the first quarter, I mean, DeMar Carroll came out and he looked very aggressive, looked for his shot, seemed to do a pretty good job on Giannis, certainly in the first half at least.
Well, Giannis had 30, so, first half, okay, I don't know how many he had in the first half, but no, he's fresh, fresh legs, and that's kind of the rehab program he's on, and doing a good job of kind of bringing him along slowly. But he's fresh, and, he really doesn't do a lot as far as practice time is concerned. He does a lot of, I don't know what Alex is doing over there with him, but does a lot of exercises to strengthen his legs and everything, but there's not a lot of banging on the body, so he's pretty fresh.